Weddings are supposed to be joyful, the beginning of a beautiful journey, they say. But for me, it was also the beginning of a tension I didn't yet understand. I never imagined that the day I married the love of my life would also bring the first cracks in my fairy tale. Vivian seemed sweet at first, polite, charming, the kind of woman who knew exactly how to command a room without saying much. But that day, there was something in the way she watched me, like she was assessing me, measuring me against some impossible standard. "Welcome to the family, dear. I hope you're ready for the responsibility." At first, I thought it was just nerves, maybe a little awkwardness from getting to know my new mother-in-law. But when I opened her gift later that evening, I realized this wasn't nervous energy. It was something deeper. Oh, what is this? Inside the book, there was a note in Vivian's elegant handwriting, "For when you need it." I laughed it off at the time. What else could I do? It was my wedding day. I wasn't about to start a scene. Maybe it was just her sense of humor. Maybe I was reading too much into it. But the more I thought about it, the more the gesture sank in. It wasn't just a gift. It was a message. For when you need it. That phrase stuck in my head all night. Throughout the reception, Vivian made little comments small enough to seem innocent but sharp enough to sting. "The dress is lovely, dear. Very simple. It suits you. Thank you, Though, I always imagined Nathan's wife in something more classic. I told myself to let it slide. It was just one day. She was my husband's mother, after all. Maybe this was just her way. But then there was the toast. As Nathan's mother, I've always known he would make a wonderful husband. He's responsible, loyal, and has such high standards for himself and for those in his life. And now, with Layla joining our family, I'm sure she'll rise to those standards in time. Marriage is a journey, after all, and there's always room for improvement. It was like everyone else heard a harmless joke, but I heard something completely different. In time? Room for improvement? What was that supposed to mean? Nathan, bless his heart, didn't pick up on any of it. That wasn't so bad, right? My mom really likes you. I wanted to believe him. I wanted to believe that I was just overthinking it, that Vivian's words and actions were harmless. But deep down, I knew. This wasn't the end of it, it was only the beginning. How far would she go to interfere in our marriage? I didn't know the answer yet, but I already felt the weight of it. The first few weeks in our new apartment felt like the perfect start to a new chapter. It was small, but ours a little corner of the world where we could finally build our life together. No more awkward dinners, no more side comments, just peace. "So, Mrs. Daniels, how does it feel to be officially moved in?" Let's see. Boxes everywhere, a couch that's too small for naps, and a husband who whistles off key while unpacking. I'd say it's perfect. I believed it would stay that way, that the tension from our wedding day was behind us. But Vivian didn't see our move as a fresh start. She saw it as an opportunity. Surprise! I thought I'd come by to see how my newlyweds are settling in. It was the first of many surprises. It's cozy. Though I'd recommend a different layout for the furniture, this couch blocks the natural light. And, oh, you're still using those old curtains? I can help you pick out something more suitable. I didn't ask for help decorating. I didn't ask for any of this. She started dropping by more often after that, always unannounced, always with something to say. "Oh, I wouldn't use that much garlic in the sauce. It's overpowering. Nathan's shirts should really be ironed. I can teach you, if you'd like. You're still not planning meals ahead. That's going to be tough once you're a mother." At first, I tried to laugh it off. I didn't want to make waves. She was Nathan's mom, and I told myself she was just trying to help in her own way. "It's fine. She means well. Don't overreact." But it wasn't just the comments. It was the way she made everything feel like an inspection. It wasn't long before her helpfulness turned into something more invasive. "I noticed your utilities bill was a little high last month. If you're not careful, these things can spiral out of control. You should let me take a look at your budget. I can help you get things in order. That's really not necessary, Vivian. We've got it under control. Nathan, sweetie, you've always been responsible with money. Just don't let things slip now that you're married, especially with no plans for children yet. You don't want to fall behind. Delaying kids was a decision Nathan and I made together, but Vivian treated it as if it was only my choice and not a wise one. I know you're focused on your teaching career, Layla, but a marriage is about more than work. You don't want to wait too long. You'll regret it. Her words played on a loop in my head for days. You'll regret it. You'll regret it. Why does she always make it sound like I'm failing? The weight of her constant judgment started seeping into everything. Even when she wasn't there, I felt her presence like she was always watching, always finding something wrong. And then, one night, I snapped. Nathan, we need to talk about your mom. What about her? She's here too much. I mean, she's always just showing up, making comments, treating me like I can't do anything right. It's exhausting. She's just trying to help. That's how she is, Layla. She doesn't mean anything by it. Of course he doesn't see it. He never does. She went through our mail, Nathan. She sat us down like we were kids and tried to budget our finances. And the comments about kids? She's crossing lines and it's not okay. I'll talk to her. I will. But you know how she gets if she feels left out. Let's just try to keep the peace, okay? Keep the peace? She's making it impossible for me to feel at home in my own house. It was the first time I'd confronted him about Vivian, and even though he promised to handle it, I couldn't shake the feeling that nothing would change. I thought that confronting Nathan would give me some relief, but instead, it only deepened my fear that this was just the beginning of something I couldn't control. Layla had always taken pride in her work as a teacher. It gave her purpose, a sense of achievement. For a few hours each day, she could escape the chaos of home and focus entirely on her students. But that sense of peace didn't last long. So this is where you spend all your time. Her stomach churned. This wasn't just an unannounced visit. This was an ambush. Vivian, what are you doing here? I came to talk, but judging by the look on your face, I see you weren't expecting me. This isn't really a good time. I have a class starting soon. Oh, don't worry. I won't take long. I just couldn't wait any longer to say what needed to be said. Vivian, if this is about something personal, maybe we can discuss it later. Oh, it's very personal. It's about Nathan and you. What about us? I'm worried about him. About the choices he's making. About how distracted he's become since marrying you. Nathan is fine. He's happy. We're happy. Are you? Because from where I'm standing, it looks like your career is your top priority, not him. A man like Nathan deserves a wife who puts him first, who supports him, builds a home for him. Not someone who spends all day playing teacher while the house falls apart. You have no right to come here and say these things. This is my job, my passion. And Nathan supports me. Does he? Or is he just telling you what you want to hear because he's too kind to hurt your feelings? You need to leave. Now. Fine. But don't say I didn't warn you. One day, you'll realize that being a wife isn't something you can do part-time. For a few moments, Layla stood there, unable to move. Her heart pounded in her chest as Vivian's words replayed in her mind like a broken record. Layla couldn't hold it in any longer. As soon as Nathan came home, she unloaded everything. Your mother came to my work today. My work, Nathan. What? Why would she do that? Because she thinks I'm failing you. She stood in my classroom and accused me of not being a good wife, of putting my career before our marriage. I'll talk to her, I promise. This isn't okay. Talking isn't enough, Nathan. She's crossed every line. And you keep making excuses for her. I'm not making excuses, I don't know how to deal with her. She's my mom, Layla. And I'm your wife. Or does that not matter? She's humiliating me, Nathan. She's making me feel like I'm not enough. And I can't keep doing this. I'll fix this. I swear, Layla. Just don't give up on us. When Layla couldn't take it anymore, she turned to the one person who always listened without judgment. Zara, her best friend since college. She came to your job, Layla? That's insane. I know. But what's worse is how it made me feel. Like I don't even know who I am anymore. I've always been confident, Zara. At least, I thought I was. But now, I second-guess everything. Every choice. Every word. You can't let her do this to you. You're one of the strongest people I know, Layla. She's the problem, not you. But what if Nathan never sees it that way? What if he always chooses her? Then he's a fool. And you deserve better. But I don't think it's too late for him to wake up. He loves you, Layla. You just need to stand your ground. Ending the night with Zara's words echoing in her mind, Layla felt a glimmer of hope. But deep down, she knew the hardest battles were still ahead. Layla didn't know what exactly she was looking for. She had come up to the attic while Vivian was out running errands, hoping to find anything that could help her make sense of the strange grip Vivian seemed to have on Nathan. Her hands brushed against a wooden box with ornate carvings. It was tucked away in the corner, hidden beneath a tattered quilt. Inside, she found letters. Dozens of them. The handwriting was unmistakably Vivian's, neat, sharp, and precise, as though each word had been carefully calculated. Layla picked up the top letter and unfolded it. Her stomach twisted as she began to read. Dear Nathan, I'm writing this because I worry about the choices you're making. That girl you're seeing, she's not the right one for you. She doesn't understand our family values. You deserve someone who will prioritize you, not her own ambitions. Please think carefully about what's best for your future. Love, Mom. Layla's fingers trembled as she finished the letter. She reached for another. The letters spanned years. Each one was the same. Warnings, subtle manipulations, and outright attempts to sabotage Nathan's relationships. There was even a letter about a girl from his college days. A girl Vivian had convinced him was too needy and lacking in proper manners. Layla's chest tightened. It was all so clear now. Vivian had been pulling Nathan's strings for most of his life, and he had let her. She couldn't let this continue. When Nathan came home that evening, Layla was waiting. Layla? What's going on? I found these. In the attic. What is this? Letters. From your mom. Letters she wrote to you. About your exes. About how they weren't good enough for you. About how they didn't fit her idea of the perfect wife for her son. I didn't know she kept these. Nathan, she didn't just keep them. She wrote them. She manipulated you. She's been doing this for years. Nathan sank onto the couch, staring down at the letter in his hands. His expression was a mix of confusion, guilt, and frustration. I don't know what to say. I didn't. I never thought about it this way. She was just being protective. Protective? Nathan, this isn't protective. This is controlling. She's been controlling you since you were a teenager, and you've let her dictate your life. Don't you see that? She's not just hurting me, Nathan. She's holding you back, and it's killing us. She's my mom, Layla. She's always been there for me, and I'm your wife. Or does that mean nothing to you? I don't know how to change this. I don't know how to stand up to her. Then you need to figure it out. Because I can't live like this anymore. I won't. Layla, please don't say that. I love you. I don't want to lose you. Then prove it. Prove that you love me more than you're afraid of upsetting her. Because if you don't, Nathan, this marriage won't survive. Nathan stared at her, his face etched with pain and indecision. Layla could see the battle raging within him, the pull of loyalty to his mother versus the love he had for her. I'm not asking you to choose between us. I'm asking you to set boundaries, to put us first. Can you do that, Nathan? The air in the living room was thick with unspoken words, but the silence wasn't cold. It felt alive, carrying the weight of the decision looming between them. Nathan's hands were steepled in front of him, his brow furrowed in deep thought. Across from him, Layla sat with her back straight, her gaze steady and unwavering. I've been thinking about what you said, Layla, about boundaries, about how my mom's behavior is affecting us. And? Nathan looked down at his hands, flexing his fingers as if searching for the right words somewhere in his palms. I don't want to lose you. I don't want us to fall apart because of this, but standing up to her, it's not easy for me. I know that's not what you want to hear, but it's the truth. It's not easy for anyone, Nathan. But you have to decide what's more important, our marriage or letting her control your life. Because if you keep letting her dictate everything, there won't be anything left of us. You're right. I know you're right. I've spent my whole life trying to keep her happy, afraid of upsetting her. But it's cost me more than I realized. It's cost me. You. Nathan, I'm not asking you to choose between your mother and me. I'm asking you to choose us, to choose our future, our happiness. Boundaries don't mean cutting her out completely. They mean protecting what's sacred between us. Nathan stared at her for a long moment, her words sinking in. He nodded slowly, as though finally coming to terms with what needed to be done. Okay. Okay. I'll talk to her. I'll set boundaries. Are you sure? Because this isn't something you can back down from if she pushes back. You need to be firm, Nathan. You need to mean it. I know. And I will. Nathan stood at the entrance to the kitchen, his hands shoved into his pockets. Vivian glanced up at him, her smile faltering slightly when she saw his expression. Nathan, what's the matter? You look like you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders. Mom, we need to talk. Vivian set the spoon down, her smile now completely gone. Oh? About what? Nathan hesitated, his throat tightening, but he forced himself to speak. About you. About how you've been treating Layla and me. It's not okay anymore, Mom. It's gone too far. Nathan, what are you talking about? I've done nothing but try to look out for you. For both of you. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like you're trying to control us. The constant comments about Layla, the unannounced visits, meddling in our decisions, it's too much. It's hurting my marriage, and it needs to stop. Hurting your marriage? Nathan, I've always had your best interests at heart. If anything, Layla's the one who's been pushing you away from your family. Nathan clenched his jaw, refusing to let her words derail him. Mom, this isn't about Layla. This is about you not respecting boundaries. I'm not a child anymore. I need you to stop interfering. I need you to give us space. I never meant to make you feel this way. I've only ever wanted what's best for you, Nathan. If that's a crime, then I don't know what to say. Wanting what's best for me doesn't mean controlling me or alienating my wife. I love you, Mom, but I love Layla too. And if you can't respect that, then we won't have the same relationship anymore. I'm asking you to change for me, for us. Nathan and Layla sat side by side, their fingers entwined. There was a newfound quiet between them. Not the kind weighed down by tension, but the kind that felt like peace. I talked to her. It wasn't easy, but I told her everything. I set the boundaries. I'm proud of you, Nathan. That took courage. I realized I couldn't keep pretending things were fine. I couldn't keep letting her hurt us. And you were right, I needed to put us first. Layla leaned her head against his shoulder, a small sigh of relief escaping her lips. We'll get through this. Together. The healing wasn't instant. There were still moments of tension, moments when old habits tried to resurface. But Nathan and Layla faced those moments together, with honesty and unwavering support. For when you need it. The words swam in my head over and over. Was this a joke? Or a passive-aggressive jab? I wanted to believe it was the former, that her unique sense of humor was just misunderstood. But why did it feel like something more? Something deliberate? Layla? What's wrong? You've been staring at that thing like it's a riddle. It's nothing. Just your mom's gift. It's, interesting. Interesting how? Seriously? She gave you this? I'm sure she meant well. It's just a bit unexpected. Layla, I'll talk to her later. She has this way of being overbearing sometimes. Don't let it ruin today, okay? I won't. Let's just let it go for now. It's just a suggestion, dear. But perhaps you should consider rearranging the living room. The way it's set up now feels uninviting. Of course, you do what you like. It's your home. Thanks for the advice, Vivian. I'll think about it. You know, Nathan's never been one for clutter. When he was younger, he'd insist his room stay tidy, everything in its place. Isn't that right, Nathan? Uh-huh. I suppose things change when you're married. Standards shift. Vivian, would you like some bruschetta? Carbs. I suppose just one couldn't hurt. Every visit felt like a test. A quiz I hadn't studied for, a silent evaluation that I just couldn't seem to pass. Oh, and dear, how's that cooking class going? You mentioned wanting to improve your skills last time I was here. It's going well, thanks. Good. Nathan deserves a wife who can spoil him with a home-cooked meal after his long days at work. Mom, maybe you should let Layla enjoy her hobbies without turning them into expectations. Of course, Nathan. I didn't mean to offend, just trying to help. It wasn't the words themselves that stung, it was the way she said them. Like I was failing in some invisible role I'd never agreed to play. There you are, dear. I've been waiting for you. Vivian, what are you doing here? I was just in the neighborhood and thought I'd bring you a little treat. But I must say, this is a rather modest workplace for a woman with such ambitions. Vivian, you shouldn't be here. This is my workplace. It's not appropriate. Nonsense. I'm your mother-in-law. Who else should be concerned about how you're doing? If there's something you need to discuss, you can call me later. Right now, I'm working. Oh, don't be so defensive, dear. I just wanted to make sure everything is okay. Nathan's been telling me how stressed you've been lately. Maybe it's the strain of trying to juggle it all, work, marriage, life. I am fine, Vivian. And I don't need you showing up here unannounced to check up on me. I had no idea my concern would be so unwelcome. But perhaps you should take a moment to reflect on what's really upsetting you. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. It's fine. We were just finishing up. We'll talk later, dear. Clearly this isn't the best time. Everything okay? It will be. I think we're finally in a better place, don't you? We are. But it's going to take time. Boundaries aren't just lines you draw once they're things you have to reinforce, over and over. I know. And I'll keep reinforcing them. For us. Thank you, Nathan, for choosing us.